Hey you guys, it's Sarah. I'm a writer and storyteller, and I am dissecting the book Consider This by Chuck Palahniuk, author of The Fight Club and Guts. I said The Fight Club, Fight Club and Guts. I am on part two. If you didn't watch part one, it was on Textures. You can click the link in the bio to watch it. I will have it linked down there. And this time it is about establishing authority. So that is what we're talking about today. So if that interests you, please keep watching, like, and subscribe so that you don't miss any more of these videos. There will be a couple more on Chuck Palahniuk, and I have ones on Lessons from Lamont and some coming on The Artist's Way. So keep tuned for those. So point one is showing expertise. The example he uses in this book, actually, I was very impressed, was Legally Blonde. So the first example he mentions is of Elle showing expertise is in Rodeo Drive at the mall, or the shop she's at, sorry, may not be a mall, and how she has this rambling about her fashion knowledge, which she has fashion knowledge because of her merchandising. Her fashion merchandising degree, which is mentioned in the film, but this actually showcases that. So you don't even need to really hear that to know that she's highly educated on fashion and the world thereof. The second is of the scene, the famous trial scene where she wins the trial because she explains how perms work and if she had gotten her hair wet and da da da. So, the example he uses is make them very simple minded and then all of a sudden just give them this burst of like this long rambling speech about how they know about something. Make them simple minded, make them feel relatable, and then give them this knowledge that you didn't expect them to have. Because then it goes from being a relatable person to being a person you're impressed with, but that you could see yourself as well, which creates a lot of authority with your reader because they feel like they're a real person, but they have this knowledge because they've lived this experience and they learned this stuff. Point two is small details matter. The example he uses for this is there was a flavor, I think it was of ice cream, that was mentioned wrong because it's like a child, and they were like, she liked like peanut brittle or something, and he was like, a child would never like that. It would be chocolate or strawberry or something that a child would obviously like, not an old man's flavor. So small details can ruin credibility because you expect certain things. And if you get a child wrong, then you've ruined your entire credibility. So those tiny small details a lot of times matter more than the big obvious ones because those small details tell a lot about that character. Another way, point three, to establish authority with your readers is through truisms. His example of this is actually from Nora Ephron's, I think it's her novel Heartburn. Yes, it is. It says, when you're single, you date other singles. And when you're a couple, you date other couples. Reading those words, I was willing to believe anything she put on the page after that. And it's because this whole idea is that we know that when you're single, you date other singles. You usually hang out with other singles. But when you become a couple, it's like your entire world morphs and you all of a sudden are not dating other singles. You are going on dates with couples, and then all of a sudden your entire life revolves around coupley things. It's like your entire perspective shifts when you're in a relationship compared to when you're single. Even you'll probably find that you hang out with your single friends a lot less if you were not single. So it's this very true statement that makes us realize, like, she's right. And so then we are willing to believe whatever it is, no matter how crazy it is, because they stated something we knew to be true in our hearts. Point four, write like it's nonfiction. So something to make your stories more believable is writing a story like it is a real story. Now, I have training previously in journalism as well as Chuck Palahniuk. I realized he actually got a journalism degree as well. So I was like, hey, we got something in common there. Along with millions of other people. But the point is like when you write like it's nonfiction, it makes it instantly more believable because it is written in a believable format. We are almost trained to just believe these things. So if we see something in a journalistic almost style where it's short sentences, very informative, we have a tendency to be more believing. Taking aside all of the recent things in the news, but we find that believable when it's written like it's nonfiction. Because to me, in a sense, this story should be real to you. It should be nonfiction to you in some way, even if it's about vampires or mermaids or whatever. It should be real enough that it can feel real. And that to me really helps establish authority, and I love the way he wrote that. So as always, thank you for watching today. I hope you found this useful. Which of these did you not know that helped you in writing? Which of these did you hope I would expand on? Let me know if you're reading the book. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. You can email me or comment down below and I will respond when I can. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next week. I forget what the next part is, but I can't wait to read it with y'all and explain my favorite things about it. Bye, guys.